Land Rover enthusiasts will find a lot to like about the new Discovery SUV. It has a robust powertrain, a firm and steady ride, and a whisper-quiet cabin. But with its charm, it's also plagued with some traditional Land Rover quirks. Baffling controls, oddball processes, and prodigious heft, to name a few. Don't be confused by the name and look. The new Discovery has little in common with the disappointing Land Rover Discovery Sport, which is good. Instead, the Discovery is based on the same platform as the bigger Range Rover and Range Rover Sport models. Like those, the Disco uses a 340 horsepower, 3-liter supercharged V6. This gem of an engine provides loads of power. Paired with a smooth, quick-shifting 8-speed automatic, thrust is near immediate from the moment you step on the accelerator. But the Disco doesn't deliver the same driving experience as its big brothers. Land Rover made a big deal about saving a lot of weight with the new Disco compared with its predecessor, the LR4. On our scales, the V6 Disco shaved off 305 pounds from the weight of the last LR4 V8 we tested, but not nearly the 1,000 pounds that Land Rover has touted. That heft is noticeable as the Discovery lumbers about, with enough body movement that passengers feel tossed about. Making matters worse is that the steering is light and short on feedback, but it has quick response to inputs. This ultimately forces the driver to make constant corrections to keep the Disco in its lane. At least the ride quality is reflective of the Discovery's badge and price. The ride is on the firm side, but the optional air suspension keeps this big SUV steady over most pavement imperfections. Riders feel only the nastiest ruts and bumps. The cabin is extremely quiet. Only when you mash the accelerator is the serenity broken by the engine and exhaust notes. Land Rovers have a strong visual presence, even when standing still. And despite its softer lines, the new Discovery is no different. With the air suspension, the big SUV can rise to traverse off-road obstacles for the few who will take their $70,000 SUV on true off-road adventures. It will also lower itself, as if kneeling before royalty, to make it easier to climb up and into the cabin. Once inside the SUV, the traditional Land Rover cues are evident. Big, firm, throne-like seats, a commanding seating position, and plenty of room. But the wide roof pillars and thick rear head restraints block much of the view looking back. It seems to be a tradition for a Land Rover to feature confounding controls. The touchscreen infotainment system is slow to start up and often takes its time responding to inputs. Simple tasks, such as changing the audio tone, are multi-step processes. It's a challenge to even find the buttons that control the rear hatch or the lane-keeping safety features. Still, it's not all bad. The seat heating and cooling controls are slickly integrated into the temperature dials. The second row seat is roomy enough for 3 adults to fit, but toe and knee room are limited. And the seat cushion's low, forcing even average-height adults to sit with their knees up in the air. We have the remote intelligent seat fold package in our Discovery, which will power fold the second and third row seats, even from an app or by using the touchscreen up front. But accessing the kid-sized third row is a challenge. You have to power fold the second row seat back, then tug and shove the whole assembly forward, which reveals a narrow path to the cave-like rear. You can find SUVs that accomplish this with more elegance and ease for $30,000 less. Pleasingly, both rear rows in our Disco feature 3-stage seat heat, air vents, and plenty of USB charging ports. Opening the sunshade over the third row considerably brightens the space. Overall, the new Discovery is highly capable and certainly looks and feels luxurious. It remains to be seen how well it will compete in our road tests and in terms of reliability. For more on SUVs, check out consumerreports.org.